97.9 105.5 KISS FM. It's Big Poppa in the morning on the Lennon's Jewelers Hotline. Chasing Maria Menounos, Tuesdays, 10 o'clock, Oxygen. Maria Menounos and her, is it official fiance, Kevin Undergaro? Is that official fiance-ness, or is it still boyfriend-girlfriend? I'm not quite sure.
Kevin has not gotten down on one knee. He has not popped the question, and it's 16 years this month. He thinks he can get better and younger. That's what he tells me.
How do you feel about that, Kevin?
Okay, really? Really?
I think that's what you say.
But the funny thing is, but I get introduced a lot as fiance, and we did an episode of Bar Rescue last Sunday night, and they said, her fiance, Kevin Undergaro. So people say that, but no, boyfriend and girlfriend.
Well, I mean, and I'm not trying to start crap, because Lord knows that's not me by any stretch of the imagination. But you've been together for longer than a lot of people have been alive, and at some point they would almost expect something like that. So that's and that's why I said that, not really knowing, because a lot of times people do things on the down low and and so I'm trying to cover all my I'm trying to not look like a schmo. That's all I'm trying to do here.
Gotcha. No, total respect, and you're in good company, because we get it all the time. Yeah, it's hard. I don't know what to say. I used to just say my partner. I don't know, nothing seemed to work, so it might be just time to say F it. And get engaged and get married.
If anything, that just this conversation is perfect to kind of go into the the whole reality show kind of deal with Chasing Maria Menounos Tuesday, 10 o'clock on Oxygen, because it absolutely will kind of give everyone a peek behind the curtain, not only between you two, but also, Maria, between like you and your family and this, that, and the other, right?
Yes. Excuse me, my voice. Kev, want to help me out here?
Yeah, Maria has a drug problem. She was up all night doing blows. Anyway, I've got this, Maria. Don't worry. So this is what they do in Hollywood, just so you know, Big Poppa. They do drugs all night, and then they pull it together, usually around 10, so it's a little early for her. Anyway. Yes, we live with Mom and Dad, Yaya and Papu, as they're known to our 5 doggies. Maria's dad especially is a very traditional Greek immigrant. And I always say, he's been a really good sport putting up with this. For him, it's all about marriage and kids. He's very proud of Maria's success. He's very proud of my success. He's very proud of what we've accomplished. But I swear, he would, I don't know if he traded it all in, because he's damn proud of everything, but he traded a lot of it in to have us married and have grandchildren, because he says that's life. His life is not making money and then just dying with all your money. Life is having children and passing on your legacy and your culture and all those different things. And he's really at his wit's end with us. One of the reasons why he was excited to do the show was he could finally tell us and the world how he feels, because he's embarrassed. He's embarrassed when he goes to church. He's embarrassed to his community that it appears as though he's allowed this. And so he really, really goes at us hard on the show. And, we knew for the show to be successful, we would have to let it all hang out. We would have to be real. We would have to be raw.
Yeah.
I feel a lot of recent shows have gotten away from that. And we told Oxygen and we told Left Right, if we're going to do it, we want it to succeed. And if it's the only way I can tell that it will succeed is if we just let the cameras roll. If we keep it raw, it might take you more time, to get the juicy stuff. And we went from a 2-month shooting schedule to 7 or 8 months, but we got it. And you see her father and his very real feelings on this. You see our very real feelings on this. But all joking aside, our feelings change every day, and it even frustrated the network, because one day, I'd wake up and say I want to have kids. The next day, I don't want to have kids. One day Maria would say, we should get married. The next day, it was like, no, why are we? it's going to ruin the relationship. We teeter back and forth, and what we're learning is we're not the only ones. There's a lot of other people out there that are, especially in the same position as Maria, where they're questioning, do I have children? Do I have to have children right now? Things are starting to happen in my life or my career, or I've just hit a moment of happiness in my life, but I'm getting pressure on children. Sure. I don't know what I want to do. And as we've gone on this journey, we're learning about a group of women, the group of women out there that don't have children, and they represent 1/5 of all the houses being purchased today. There are more, women right now that are that don't have children than there are married children, right? Married women. I mean,
moms.
Yeah. I mean, there's a significant population of women who are very successful financially, who are independent, but are not doing the traditional. I'm gonna have kids in my 20s or even my early 30s.
Sure.
But are feeling the pressure from society, moms and dads. So I think we've struck a chord here with this.
Absolutely.
Well, but honey, and my voice is back, Big Poppa.
Are you sure about that? Because I mean, you've been coughing like the entire time. It's Chasing Maria Menounos, Tuesday, 10 o'clock on Oxygen. It's Maria Menounos and her boyfriend Kevin Undergaro on the Lennon's Jewelers hotline. Are you okay, Maria? Is everything? Do you need like a sip of water? Are you choking? Do you need me to do the Heimlich or something?
I got water, so I'm good now.
All right, just making sure. All right, All right. And the cool thing about having a reality show is there's, documentation on everything that's going on in your life, and that's a plus and a minus. What's going on with Extra? You're not there anymore, and it's got to be weird being in, part of the entertainment, reporting industry, but then also being a subject to it as well and being part of the headlines as well.
It with so many people right now kind of in my position where you've got Josh Elliott leaving Good Morning America and, he's got stuff going on in the press and people calling him a diva and all of that. And then you've got Chelsea Handler leaving E! So you've seen it. Unfortunately, these stories get planted at very specific times.
Oh, absolutely.
By very specific people. So they're all motivated to try to destroy you and hurt you, but it's not true. And so I will leave it at that because I am classy and I will stay above it all.
Yeah, but also Maria's still an Extra. That's the funny part of this. She let the word get there, and her crew was just kind of like, they say this is kind of funny, and Maria's like, yeah, I know, but whatever. I just want to be clear. You're still working on Extra as of right now, right? Everything's continued.
Course. And it's so sad because when we were on hiatus, and so I was off last week, and when I got back to work on Monday, which was yesterday, my crew and I are so close that I'm like greeted with huge hugs, and everyone's like, I missed you last week, and I'm like, I missed you, and I have them at my house all the time. I cater parties for them. I take them out all the time. Like, we are a very tight-knit group, so when people plant nasty stories about being mean and that the crew doesn't like me, it's so sad because it's such an awful misrepresentation of who I am. But at the end of the day, I know who I am, and I know where all that comes from. So
absolutely, but to Google you, Maria, and I don't mean to ruffle feathers. I'm just, when I Googled you, because that's how I do research for an interview. It's it had the diva stuff and the Maria Menounos was in there,
yeah.
but it also said that you weren't working there anymore. So that's why I wanted to double check that.
And that's why you can't believe everything you read.
Absolutely. unless of course.
When I have an announcement, trust me, you will hear it, and it will say, in quotes, Maria Menounos said this.
Wonderful. It's Maria Menounos and her boyfriend, Kevin Undergaro. Chasing Maria Menounos, Tuesdays, 10 o'clock on Oxygen. And the new book. We can't forget about the new book. You can't believe what you read in the new book, Every Girl's Guide to Diet and Fitness, correct?
No, you can read that, absolutely.
Yeah, you can believe everything in that one.
Yeah, Kevin and I actually write our books together, so he helps me, which is amazing, and that's another project we get to do together. But it's basically, it chronicles the 40-pound weight loss that the journey I went on to lose that 40 pounds, how I maintained it, and what I do now to stay in shape. And it's a no time, no money, no frills approach to doing this. I'm not a dietitian. I'm not a trainer. I just share exactly what I did to lose this without money and without time, and how I maintain it now, because I don't have trainers now. Like, it's not something that I do. I just do things on my own, and I'm figuring it out throughout my day. I'm always moving, and I'm moving like a rocket ship so that I can burn as many calories throughout my day so I can avoid going to the gym. So I have a lot of really helpful tips and tricks in there for men and women, obviously, that will, I know, help people on their weight loss journey and on their journey to better health. Because as I say in the book, it's about your health. You have to look down the road and think about what you're going to be at 50, 60, 70 now. And
Sure.
you can never start too early.
Maria Menounos and Kevin Undergaro, Chasing Maria Menounos, Tuesday, 10 o'clock on Oxygen on the Lennon's Jewelers Hotline. Follow Maria on Twitter at Maria Menounos. Guys, thank you so much for the time. I want to do this again because there's so much more that I want to talk to you guys about. I'm going to follow you guys on Twitter at Big Poppa CNY. We got to do this again, and I want to talk wrestling with you because WrestleMania is coming up this weekend.
Oh, my God.
I
And listen,
know.
pound Mr. Backlund.
Oh, let me tell you something. I'm gonna have a WrestleMania thing. You guys should come down. We're gonna have a little WrestleMania party. Watch WWE Network. It's on like Donkey Kong. All right.
I know.
Oh, so on like Donkey Kong.
At work on Monday, couldn't find a flight out late enough so we could get to WrestleMania. I'm so sad.
Maria,
I know.
Guys, thank you so much for the time. Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, and Lennon's Jewelers Hotline. We're gonna break. Come back. Big Poppa in the morning. Kiss FM.
Big Poppa.